Greetings, everyone. How you doing today? Welcome to episode 9 of The Code 3.
Yo, Brad Spliff here.
You know, right now we're watching Invader Zim Enter the Florpus. My first time watching an episode, anything of Invader Zim in years since it went off the air.
I've actually seen this before, but I love this movie.
Niggas. But today we're also here to talk about, well, you guessed it, what everybody else is talking about. The PlayStation 5 price point finally dropped, so now we can do a comparison between the Xbox One and PlayStation 5.
Personally, I already expected the Xbox to be priced at a lower price point. It always is.
I mean, they're actually about the same right now. You gotta think about it. One has a $400 system, and well, they both have $400 systems and $500 systems.
I mean, if I swear,
You know,
they have an Xbox that is $299, bro.
oh, you talking about that? I think what is it, Series S?
Yeah, yeah, $299.
Okay, so yeah. So technically, Xbox does have the better price point on that because that'll still let you play next year's games and shit, but not as good as the regular ones, I guess. Isn't that what they were talking about?
What it doesn't have is like certain Xbox One enhancements. Like it probably doesn't have the 4K of the Xbox One X. It's probably more equivalent to like a next gen Xbox One original type deal. Like it doesn't have the 4K. Some games aren't gonna have like certain enhancements that they had from like what they're gonna have on the next gen.
That 8K shit.
I mean, not even just that. It's just the fact that like you won't be able to have like any of the what's that shit?
Well, we knew it was possible, but only with the addition of
I lost my train of thought.
theoretical.
But yeah, so you're basically not gonna have any of the Xbox One enhancements that the Xbox One X has. You're gonna be basically in the next gen, but not really in a weird way. Like,
Yeah.
it's a
So,
great.
but at that point, you might as well just buy an Xbox One Elite and just be happy until
mean,
you can afford the next gen system.
To be
Or
honest,
pay that extra $200.
I feel like it's kind of a way to be like, you don't need a new system now, but if you really want one, here's a cheap one. And I feel like they're probably going to come out with another version of that one. But I don't know. They might not. They already have like 3 different versions technically of the Xbox One X now, don't they? Because they have the $299 one that's no disc tray. Then they have,
They're all digital little box, little cube.
and then they have the Series X, which is the big boy.
Yeah, but they also have a digital version of that. And
Yeah.
This tray, so it's just like low-key Xbox, like, you know, they're trying to do, I don't know, it's cool that they're trying to, like, you know, make sure that people who can't afford it can still be in the next gen, but it feels like they're trying to accommodate it too much.
I don't know. I feel like it could work, bro. Because if I'm like just trying to be able to play the next Halo that's coming out
But I'm
on
saying
the next gen,
but you can still play it on your regular Xbox. Like, that, it's not going to affect you having, like, you playing it on your regular Xbox right now. They're still going to be releasing the games on all the other Xboxes.
do you think they're gonna release the new Halo on
Yeah, they literally said
Xbox
they're
One?
going to continue to release games for the Xbox One. They're not going to stop.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they're gonna release all of them. They don't always release every single game.
I don't see why they wouldn't. That's going to cost them money. If that's the case, then you might as well not still release games for Xbox One. You might as well cut it off like PlayStation did with the P4 and the P5.
Yeah, but they have a different strategy when it comes to how their back compatibility and the whole next gen transition works.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, you know, it kind of takes away from the motivation to buy a next gen system if you're just going to give me the same shit on here.
I mean, Sony did it with the PlayStation 3 and 4. They just decided against it this generation, which I kind of don't like that.
I mean, you can't play PlayStation 3 games on P4 unless you download them.
I mean, there was a time where you could play like Grand Theft Auto 5 on PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4, and you could like say I could transfer my Grand Theft Auto account from PlayStation 3 to
Yeah, I do
PlayStation 4.
remember that.
Yeah, there was a few games like that were still.
But
they
see,
dropped them on PlayStation 3
and
before the
bro,
PlayStation
remember all
4
the
came out.
complications and issues they have with that shit? It's not gonna be no different with this. And then like that's the whole thing about it. They're like, so say I have an Xbox One, like you do, and then the new game drop on your shit. What motivation do you really have to upgrade to the next gen?
I mean, the only motivation I have is to have a better console, which would be like the 8K and the ray tracing and all that shit.
Yeah. I mean, personally, you know me. I've been Sony since day one. I'm on P5. I do like that whole tactile feedback that's going to be going on with the DualSense. Like the fact that they said I'll actually be able to determine like if something's hot or cold with the fucking controller. That's pretty cool.
I'm personally getting both. Because at this point, there's games that I want that they're coming out with on PlayStation 4 next gen. But I still want an Xbox because there's games that I want to play with at a higher rate of performance.
So he just doesn't have the robot thing on his back anymore?
Oh yeah, no, I think he got rid of it once he became the ruler of the planet. Like he stopped being cautious and having the little gadget thing on his backpack, yeah, on his back. Oh no, he got it still.
How the big use that?
Plot hole.
But you know, like, I know you don't care about the exclusives, but I'm actually pretty excited for a lot of games they actually have revealed to be released. You know what I'm saying? Playable at launch or whatever when the P5 drop.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I want both. Because there's certain games on the PlayStation 5 that I want. Like Crash Bandicoot 4.
Oh, bro. Low-key, I can't wait to play that new Horizon Zero Dawn game. Because the first one was dope as fuck.
I've never played that game personally.
Oh, man. It's a lot. I don't think it'd be your kind of game. If I go lie to you.
It's not really. That's why I never really was that, like, oh, I haven't played Horizon Zero Dawn, woe is me. Like, it doesn't seem like my type of game. Like, I've heard, there's no multiplayer, is there?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, that's already, like, I'm already good on that.
This nigga no multiplayer, bro. Multiplayer does not make it break a game.
But it gives it more replayability to me.
Yeah, you're not the type of person that likes New Game Plus and shit.
It's not that I don't like New Game Plus, I just don't like replaying the same story mode.
I mean, but
that's why I like
essentially New Game Plus.
That's why I like I mean, yeah, but it's like, even if there was no New Game Plus, even before they had that, like, I never was one to really replay games like that. I would beat a game one time and be like, that's it, next game, let's go.
No, I totally get that. Like, it's games like Devil May Cry and shit that really made me want to be like, yeah, let me play this game on the next difficulty and see how much better I can do or whatever.
Yeah, see, Devil May Cry was way too repetitive for me. It was just like, run around, smash the buttons, button mash, beat up the enemies, on to the next group of enemies, then the boss. Then you get one new upgrade power, and then rinse and repeat. But that's like a lot of games. I don't know. There's a lot of games with that. Like, Streets of Rage is kind of like one of those games that gets boring to me after I play it one time. Like, I could never sit here. Once I beat Streets of Rage 4, I'm probably going to delete it from my console. Type shit.
I feel that some games are just ones and dones. But
yeah, I mean, that's like most like games that are narrative based, because it's like I'm not surprised by the plot points of the story anymore.
Yeah, me, bro. Me, I'm definitely, like I said, Dark Souls. I fucks with. I'm definitely gonna do New Game Plus on that. I'm gonna do the New Game Plus on Crosscode. Like, I don't know. To me, something about playing the game with everything I've literally got.
Now, see, Dark Souls, I could replay that because you can make it a different like type of playthrough every time you play it, just like Fallout. You know, you can have a different character build.
Don't worry, son. I've got your back.
Ain't none of this real. This is all Div validated.
I don't remember. I low-key think this is real. The last time we watched this, I didn't notice how much 3D animation they used.
Devon.
That nigga named each fucking robot individually.
Yo. That's funny as hell. But yeah, as far as the price point, like, I'm not really surprised, but I guess I kind of am. Because think about it, the PlayStation 3, that ugly bitch when it first came out, $600.
Yeah, but you gotta think, we've like gotten to the point where gamers know better than now. Like, we know no system is worth no $600-700. Because you could build a PC that's better for that much.
Yeah, I guess, you know, that's the whole thing about people pay $600 for phones. More than that for phones.
I wish the hell I would pay $600.
Where's phone? Like, she got an iPhone 11, don't she?
She had an iPhone 10.
Either way, that's still a $1,000 phone when it first came out. Now it's like $800 still.
Yeah, but I'm sure she was like paying on it or something. Like, I don't think she bought it outright.
I mean, but I'm just saying, either way, that's still $1,000 worth of technology just sitting in her hands.
Yeah, true. But I would never pay outright that much.
Even your iPhone SE, that's $400.
Well, yeah,
it
is.
You know what I'm saying? Like, realistically, like the money values of this shit, what people say they'll pay for, what they wouldn't pay for. You have an iPhone 11. Even if you didn't pay for that bitch outright, but you're making payments on it, you're still paying $1,000 for that phone.
True.
But you telling me you wouldn't pay $700 for a game system? What's the difference?
I mean, that's different though, because at that point I could build a PC to where I could play any game.
But you could build a phone if you build a PC for that logic.
But I can't build a phone. I don't know how to build phones.
I'm saying, but if you could build them, you talking about you don't know how to build PCs either.
I do know how to build PCs.
Then why can't you build a phone? It's almost the same shit. A phone is literally a mini computer.
A phone is more complicated to put together than to just slap parts in a computer.
I'm just saying, because either way, it's basically a mini computer. Because I can still call niggas off Facebook, video chat, all that shit.
Yeah, but I don't know how to do it. That's still some shit you gotta learn. Like, just like I had to learn how to put together a PC. I mean, it's not really that complicated. It's just screws and like little things that click into each other. But
okay, that's what a phone is.
Yeah, but I don't know what's what inside the phone. I can't identify that.
Okay,
shit.
how you learn? What you do to learn about the computers? You went out and you sought out that information. So you know what? Instead of giving me excuses on why you can't do it, how about you figure out?
How about I'm gonna tell you I don't want to do it? How about that? I don't want to build a phone.
What cat man called me the other years ago? You lethargic. Also,
you are never gonna let that go, are you?
Never. A white man called me. At least he ain't called me a nigger.
Right, he could have called you a lethargic nigger. Oh my God, let's not get demonetized.
I mean, we should, but shit. Also,
right, I'm black. I can say that.
My sinuses are acting up. You know, allergies and shit. I live in a bipolar ass state as far as the weather go, aka Michigan. So I'm not sick or nothing. Just my sinuses fucked.
Shout out the boy Mitten Squad. He's also a fellow YouTube Michigan guy. I watch a lot of his videos. He makes a lot of Fallout content.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. Shouts out that nigga Strong C because he's from Michigan too, apparently.
I did not know that.
Dearborn. Actually, he lives in the city right now.
That's hilarious. That's what's up. That's dope though. He seemed like a Detroit type of nigga.
You know, it'd be funny as fuck seeing that nigga out randomly, just never even thought about it, never thought twice. Like, oh shit, I'm watching that nigga on YouTube. Shout out to that nigga Amir. He another Detroit nigga that be making music videos, not actual music videos, but you know, videos about music.
That is one ugly ass spaceship.
No, this shit funny as fuck. Invader fucking Zim, bro. So, all I'm saying is, PlayStation know they gotta come out with a fucking PlayStation 4.5 to undercut the Xbox Series S.
They can't really though, because they at the price they're paying for their parts, they can't afford to price it any lower. They would lose money. They've been talking about that shit for a while now. That's why I feel like Xbox went ahead and did that shit, because they was like, well, we know they can't beat us on this price, so we should put out this other console that's gonna be underneath.
That's why I said the 4.5, bro. Because, you know what I'm saying, it'll be like, you know what I'm saying, the souped up P4. Basically, because that's all the Xbox Series S is a souped up Xbox One.
Yeah, really. It's like It's like a souped up Xbox One S, really.
Literally. So,
because they already said it doesn't have Xbox One X enhancements, so it's like, what else is it? It says Series S. We already know there's an Xbox One S.
Xbox, you know what I'm saying? We already know there's a Series X, which is the next step up. So
right. I think that Sony knows they have brand loyalty on their side though, because like you said, I've always been a PlayStation guy, so you know I'm going with the P5. Like, I always tell this to everybody who was like, why do you always get Xbox? I used to have a PlayStation. My first console ever was a Super Nintendo, but my first console that was not a Nintendo was a PlayStation 1, the original one.
And you know, that's another thing, the 4K Switch that they're supposed to be, that they keep talking about they're making next year.
Oh yeah.
Bruh.
I be forgetting about that shit.
Like, that's gonna be some shit. Like, you know, just imagine having something that's 4K in the palm of your hands. Just
right.
I mean, that's why there's talk that to make it that powerful, it'd have to be a home console strictly. But I'm like, then it wouldn't be a Switch.
Right.
That's the whole thing. Like, stop saying shit's a Switch if it's not really Switch.
What's possible is they could have just like upgraded the actual tablet technology and got a better GPU and CPU in it. I'm dead. Yep. I'm dead.
Bro, it's like, oh, you still fine, bro. Like, looking at that body,
Oh,
that's all bad. All bits. But I guess this body shaming. But you know, I don't know. I really hope Nintendo does that shit, but it's just like I really just want to see what the fuck they're gonna do with it. Because they kept saying no, it's not true, and then it came out, oh, it might actually be true. Niggas is like,
My whole thing about that is, like, tablet technology has gotten better since they released the first Switch.
I mean, yeah, the Nvidia chip, like that's why they were able to release the Switch revision that has better battery, and a better processor and all that shit, better screen.
I'm sure they could probably just upgrade the tech, literally, like get a next gen version of the whatever tablet they were using to run the Switch's operating system on, and get the next best CPU and GPU up, and then it could be a 4K system in your hand. Like, I don't see that outside of the realm of possibility.
I mean, I don't either. It's just, you know, like I said, because I know the battery life on that motherfucker is gonna be kind of shitty. Though.
Yeah, that might be the thing that I'm thinking of. Like, their battery life might not be that good to where they're gonna want you to have it plugged up or some shit.
Even with the revision, like, it only added like another hour or two onto the shit. It's like, depending on what kind of game you play, like if I'm playing Breath of the Wild, my shit only lasts 3 hours. That's because I have a regular one. I get the revision, it'll last 4.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 9, depending on what kind of game I'm playing. Damn, them niggas in hell.
Basically. That's what they get. I'm dead. I'm mad that he shot that nigga up into space at the beginning of the episode. I mean, at the beginning of the movie. And he fell back down. He was still alive.
Looking concerned. I would have been.
No scratches on him, though. Unfazed.
Right back in his
Did both of those remotes work?
Yeah, one is for the smaller TV in the room. You know I got the remote right here, right? What do you want to pick something?
No, I'm gonna go with that.
Alright.
Shit. I don't know. I really want a P4 right now. I really gotta play that Ghost of Tsushima.
So see, now what I want to know is, what I haven't looked into is how much back compatibility they're going to be offering on the PlayStation 5 versus the Xbox.
I mean, supposedly, like as far as I know, I think we'll be able to go as far back as PlayStation 1, but I can't remember if they said no on that or if they were still going to do it. If they do, that'd be dope.
I feel like somebody told me they weren't gonna have back compatibility for like PlayStation on PlayStation 5.
I mean, I'm kind of okay with it because when I really think about it, is there any old PlayStation game I want to play right now? Especially considering
There isn't to me.
Even if they did like remake the graphics and make it HD, the shit would still look like shit.
I like some retro games though.
I mean, I do too, but it's just like, man, it's just like, look what they